Good morning, Facebook and YouTube. Anybody else watching this video? My name is Derek Lipsky, coming to you live from my office. Today we're going to go over tip number 15. Actually, one of the most exciting tips that I have in terms of what separates us from the competition. And it really comes down to hard work. I tell people a lot of times, a lot of agents want to get your home sold when it's on the market, if it had come off, if it's an expired listing I'm talking to. They just either don't know how or choose not to use this kind of a system. So why am I giving the system up? Because it's available for everybody. Anyone can do it. If you investigate enough, you'll find out about it. If not, you just choose not to do it because it's a lot of hard work. No one likes that word in this business. They like the easy work. Oh, hi. You want to sell? Fantastic. Hi, you want to buy that? Awesome. You know, it doesn't work that way. You got to really work your butt off to get this stuff done. People ask me all the time, how do you do it? I'm here all the time. I'm working all the time. Okay, so tip 15, what we're going to get into is what's the big separation of us? What's the excitement? What's the glamour? How does it get done? We contact prospective buyers daily, directly, and ask them when they plan on moving and tell them about your home, try to get them excited about that. Now, you might say to yourself, well, how do you find buyers? There's no list. There's a list of sellers on MLS. I can find any one of those I want, but there's no list of buyers. You're absolutely right. So we have to look at how do we go against buyers? Who would categorize as a buyer and then try to go after them? Well, the first category that I would think of myself would be people that homes came off the market, people that had their home expire that didn't sell. Why are they a potential buyer? Because they got to go somewhere when they sell their home. Are they right for your home? I don't know. But I call every one of those every single morning to find out where they're planning to go, what kind of a home they're looking for, to see if it is a match for one of the properties I have listed. So this is our first tier of buyers we're going to go after every single morning. And believe me, those calls aren't easy. If you want to see what one of those calls are like, to talk to someone that I have to talk to, click right here, and I'll put the link to the call that I did with a expired listing. I got the appointment, so you can check out that. Okay, so that's the first tier of people we go after. The second tier of people we're going to hit is for sale by owners. Again, they're people that want to buy a home. They just don't want to pay me to sell theirs. And that's fine. I mean, I don't mind meeting those people and try to get them as customers. If they can sell their home themselves and buy my home, awesome. If they can't, they may choose to hire me if they feel that the home would be better in my hands than theirs. They'll choose to put me in charge of their property to get it sold the same way I'm selling the property that they're looking at now. It's happened a lot of times, which is why I sell a lot of my properties myself, because I do that work. So that's the second tier of people I go after is the buyers. The third tier I go after is I start looking around, cold calling your neighborhood. Now you may say, how does that work? Click right here, and I'll show you the for sale by owner that I called earlier. And then if you want to click over here, I'll show you the buyer calls I'm talking about. Now the buyer calls are a little different. The buyer calls, I actually cold call your neighborhood within a 1 to 5 mile radius. Why? Because I know that people move within 1 to 5 miles of their current home now. If they have school-aged children, they want to stay within the same school system. That's a nice statistic. That helps you figure out where your potential buyer for your property is. I also know that people move half up. So I know that if I'm calling a neighborhood of homes that are around $300,000 and I'm selling a $500,000 home, I have a better chance of getting a buyer out of there. Plus, if it's a neighborhood that someone lives in, they already know the neighborhood's great, but someone in the neighborhood might know somebody else that's looking. So they'll say, hey, Jim, my neighbor just put his home on the market. I don't know if you're still looking, but this is a great neighborhood. Come check it out. And that's how it happens. And if you go through most any neighborhood you see, that's a good-sized neighborhood. There's a pool of a couple hundred people. You're going to find grandmothers and sons and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters, because people want to live close to people they know, especially if it's a good community, good school, good neighborhood. So hopefully that's what we're trying to sell on this property. So that's another way to help find people to get the home sold. Is it easy? No. Is it hard work? Yes. Also, we call agents. We call agents that have potential buyers. I know they are because that's my job to keep track of who's showing what kind of homes. So I call those brokers and see if they've recently shown homes similar to yours, or they're out looking for, may have 4 or 5 buys in that price range. I'm going to call them and try to promote the property to those people. So that's another proactive call we do to find buyers. And agents, some agents have multiple buyers. So now you're not talking just going one-on-one, you're talking doing a multiple basis where they may have a couple. So these are the extra kind of extraordinary things that we do to get homes sold in this marketplace. And I'm telling you, does it work? Yeah, it works. Is it hard to do? Absolutely. Does anyone want to do it? No. It really takes a certain kind of person to make these kind of calls, because believe me, I get called names that I know are not on my birth certificate. I checked, meathead, blah, blah, blah. They are not there. And that was a nice name that someone called me once. Believe me, you have to have tough skin to do through this stuff. if you're for sale by owner trying to do this, you're not going to have fun doing it. Number one, you have to make sure you watch out for the do not call list. And number two, you have to actually be able to have meaning, have point, be able to lead people down the path of getting to the next point, which is buying your home. If you've never done this before, it is not easy. Believe me, it took me a long time to master this part of my business that I do every single day now. And it's not something I wake up and go, let's call some expireds. It's not like that. I try to get as excited as I can and watch a lot of motivational things because you need to keep the negativity away from you. But that's it. So you want to see any more videos like this, click right here and we'll have a link to my page. You can see all the videos I have. Or if you want to have them sent directly to you, just click right here and they'll just ship right to you, which is kind of cool. Again, my name is Derek Lipsky. I don't do this for fun. I do it to be number one. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.